The TallBoy tells an important and moving story about the fragility and resilience of children in war. In it, 3 boys, a 15-year-old Czech, a 14-year-old Pole, and a 12-year-old Italian, have been swept up by American Army units in the final years of World War II and outfitted as GI mascots. They wear cut-down U.S. Army fatigues, speak English in the accents of the GIs who adopted them, and want to follow their units home to the U.S. But as the GIs are being shipped back stateside, the boys are dumped at a children's displaced persons camp in Bavaria, run by an American relief team. The matron of this temporary orphanage is bound by regulations to try to repatriate the children. The United States has yet to open its doors to more than a tiny trickle of refugees, but the boys have their hearts set on America. In Simon Bent's dramatization, the story is told by the American matron of the camp for unaccompanied children, and through her eyes, we relive the boys' struggles to find a future for themselves in the aftermath of World War II.
And then I got my orders. The unaccompanied children, he said. Like they just arrived too early for a party? The unaccompanied children are your responsibility, he said, checking the box.
My responsibility, Major?
Yes, sirree, ma'am.
And what am I meant to do with them? Tell them all to stand in a corner and wait quietly for their mother till somebody turns up to get them?
Oh, I don't know, ma'am. You're the professionals. That's why the Army called you in.
What do I know about children, I say? He looks at me blankly, puffing on his cigar. So I say it again. What do I know? I don't have children. I'm not qualified, Major.
Silence. A look of disbelief on his face. You've got brothers and sisters.
One of each, but we don't talk.
Nieces and nephews.
No, I'm not even an aunt, I say triumphantly. As he signs my papers and hands them back with a smile,
He says, I guess you've got a lot of remembering to do. Have a nice day, ma'am.
I take out the forms and arrange them on the table, looking neither in the face. Tell me your names.
Johnny Man.
No. I want your real name.
What is my real name?
No, your real name.
Well, ask any of the guys in my unit.
This isn't your unit.
Well, ask for Johnny Man. They'll tell you.
You don't have a unit.
And the Pope got no balls.
We can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Look, lady, no disrespect, but I ain't no ham without the meat.
The hard way.
Johnny Man is no can of Spaniard. I'm 100% G.I. Joe.
What do your folks call you?
They don't. Not anymore.
And then out of nowhere, the ice melts.
Well, it used to be Janos. They called me Janos when I was a kid. But in the Army now, they call me Johnny Man.
Well, this isn't the Army, Janos. You just got your transfer papers to Fort Living Room. Welcome back. Another nail in the coffin. But the sooner you drive them in, the closer they get to being in the real world. Janos leans a little further forward.
He wrote you a letter about me. He wrote it last week. Did you get it yet?
A letter? Yes. I had a letter from a man named Madden. He's on his way back to Chattanooga. He's got a partnership in a garage.
Partnership with his brother-in-law, Sergeant Charlie Madden. He wants me to try to get over legitimate. That's why he told me to come on down here.
Yes, that's right. He's colored, isn't he?
That's right. His wife, she done pass on back in 43, and he ain't got no one left to care for. I learned how to service cars with him. He's an ignition expert. He's got $1,500 put in the bank, so he didn't pay for me to come.
Yes, he wrote me that.
And then he's going to adopt me officially.
Yes.
Him a war hero. He's got 2 medals. So, what do you reckon my chances are?
I can't say.
You think I got a chance of getting over there, though, ma'am?
We can only recommend.
But I'm in with a shot.
It's not up to us. We don't have any final say.
Well, my folks done got humped like I saw. I'm good as on that boat. All me and Charlie gotta do is wait.
Yes, you wait.
Charlie says I'm like the son he never had.
I avoid eye contact. Turn my attention to the smaller boy. What do they call you, Sonny? That Janusz goes looking for the other boy. He looks for him in the outbuildings, in the barns and stables, and down the fields that lie behind the house. He finds him sitting by the stream, his back in its khaki shirt turned against the fields and against the house, against all of us, in opposition.
You just goes up there and tells you your name and everything, then you got a chance. You got the same chance as Anzio and me.
Nuts. The boy doesn't turn, his feet hanging in the cool running water.
She fills out the papers you gotta have. And if they finds out for sure that you got nobody of your folks left back where you come from, then you got a chance.
And I believes in the tooth fairy. Have a butt?
No thanks. Well, I got a deal lined up. I've been looking around, contacting people in the area, natives. You want in on it? I got it fixed up with a crop down the road. What kind of a deal? I'm going over the hill. He draws his feet up from the water. All the good guys that come here, they don't stay. I got that straight from the crowds. All this here kid stuff. Don't let them give you the runaround. Swing, slide, sand piles. Standing in line for a bowl of grape nuts? I'm through with that kind of crap. I'm 14. I got tired of hanging my stocking up for Christmas years ago. You going back where you come from? Do I look like a dope? I come from Poland once, but that don't mean I'm going back there. I've been 2.5 years with the American Army, and I got my campaign ribbons and my overseas service stripes. I'm going where things is easier. You with me? No, I don't think we could break out of this kid joint together, you and me. We don't need Pee-wee. Well, the sergeant I was with, the Lone Ranger and Toto, we've been working together since 44. When I get over there to Tennessee, I can start riding and working with him again. Yeah, sure. So I'll stick around here until the papers comes through. Like a good little boy. Why not? Do I look like I was born yesterday? No, my papers are coming through. I know they will. Charlie said he'd fix it for me. Yeah. Look, kid. I seen action with 3 different outfits. I done everything every son of a bitch in the Army ever done. I done Peter Parade. And had my broads. And wrote my own Saturday night passes out. And sure, they was all gonna take me home with them. Oh, goddamn army was gonna see to it personally that I got Z-eyed when the rest of them was. 3 times I made it as far as the gangplank of a troop ship, but never any further. Sure, they'll wave to you from the deck when their boat pulls out. Sure, when they get home, they'll send you a postcard of the Statue of Liberty. Sure, they'll tell you to run along to one of these lousy kid centers where they'll fix your immigration papers up, for sure. Hell, I ain't asking no favors of nobody. Been 2.5 years with the American Army. I'm no immigrant. Now look, kid, I'll let you in on this deal. We could make a break together. No, I don't know. This crock down the road, he's got a nice little racket going with the Army, acting as a go-between for the local big shots who don't want to get their hands dirty trading their jewels and schnapps on the black market. This Army truck, it comes down from Frankfurt at night, maybe 2-3 times in a week, loaded with lifted coffee and cocoa. Lifted from where? The Army Depot. But that ain't the important thing. The important thing is this truck and what I'm aiming to do with it. Wow, what you gonna do? I'm gonna hop that truck back to Frankfurt. Maybe tonight. And maybe tomorrow night. Kraut's fixing it up for me. Well, what'll you do once you get to Frankfurt? The truck drops you off at the airstrip. By that time, it's maybe 3-4 in the morning, and the MPs is groggy. You slip in and jump on a Transat plane while they're loading it. Next stop's Gander, and then New York.